Hi, welcome to my channel A Spark Within. My name is Nimisha and I am back in my familiar HQ, my bedroom. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about hidden potential. Can we be better learners? As a parent to a young child, I have become extremely curious about whether natural talent is such a thing. Can we become better learners? And what character skills are needed for learning? And I'm sure we've all held limiting beliefs when it comes to learning. For instance, we may have said, I can't learn a new language now, I'm past it. I should have done that when I was a kid. That window is now long gone. So in today's episode, I wanted to talk about a fantastic book that I have read a number of times, and that is A Hidden Potential by Adam Grant. In Adam's book, he argues that natural talent is not a thing, and learning style is a myth. Figure that. His book has 3 sections to it. The first one he talks about is what character skills are needed. The second one is structures for motivation, and then the third section is systems of opportunity. What Adam says in his book, what looks like differences in natural ability are in fact differences in opportunity and motivation. So in today's video, I will share some insights from his first section, which is what character skills are needed to become a better learner and how we can implement those into our day-to-day life. So, are you ready? Let's get stuck in. Hi, my name is Nimisha and welcome to my channel A Spark Within. I am truly obsessed about becoming a better version of myself. If you're like me and you would like to receive tools with practical implementation, then join me on this journey and hit subscribe now. And whilst you're at it, leave a comment or suggestions on what topics you would like to see. I will definitely be reading those. So there are 5 character skills that are needed. The first character trait that is needed is courage. Courage to embrace discomfort. In his book, Adam gives examples of polyglots, adults who have mastered new languages. But what is interesting is those same polyglots, when they were children, were awful at learning a new language. So, how is it possible that they managed to pick up new languages into their adulthood? He showed that those adults that did well in learning new languages are the ones that practiced. They did not wait till they became proficient. They just went ahead and started speaking with the basic vocab that they had with them. And this is actually quite similar to how children learn new languages. They just go ahead and start speaking and improve as they are speaking by making mistakes. And in fact, research shows that by making more mistakes in the beginning, in fact, improves learning and better retention. The second one is learning styles is a myth. What he says is if you always lean to your strengths and choose the same learning style that you always prefer, that is robbing you of becoming a better learner. He gives an example of Steve Martin, who started off as a stand-up comedian, and one critic wrote that Steve was the most serious booking error in the history of LA. So Steve started learning through listening, watching his own performances, but he wasn't improving. Improvement only started when he started writing, which was something that he hated because he found it extremely difficult to do. So what he would do is after each performance, he would write and edit and then rewrite, and he became better and better and better. So what Adam says that learning style is definitely a myth. What is true is finding right method for the task. The third one is building the capacity to absorb. And what he goes on to explaining, it is the quality of information that is being sought out. Cognitive skills are definitely needed in learning. It's how do you absorb information? What are you filtering out? What are you paying attention to? How do you acquire information? Are you proactive? Are you reactive? Are you feeding your ego? The sweet spot is when people are proactive and growth orientated. He gives a framework that categorizes individuals, which is based on how they absorb information and their filtering goals. Number 1, rubber. Are you reactive and ego-driven? These individuals will passively consume information and become defensive to anything that threatens their ego, so would not be receptive to any feedback. Number 2, Teflon. These individuals are proactive but still ego-driven. They will definitely seek out information and feedback, but they will only hold on to those which enhances their ego. Third one is reactive and growth orientated. The clay. These individuals will definitely seek out feedback and information, but the only thing is that they will rely on others to guide them. The fourth one is proactive and growth orientated, otherwise known as the sponge. These individuals are willing to get feedback, they seek out information, they are adaptable, and they are trying to improve and better themselves and are a lot more proactive about it. The fourth character trait that is needed is asking for advice and not feedback. What is the difference? When we ask for feedback, it puts people into this critic mode. They are judging your performance in that moment, which is holding you back. Whereas an advice is looking at your potential. So, how do you ask for advice? It would be by asking them, hey, what can I do better? And you see, that question is looking at growth. Whereas if you say, hey, can I have some feedback on how I did today? That will just be focusing on that activity and not your potential. The fifth one is aiming for excellence and not perfection. When you love something, you work hard at it, and you're not comparing yourself against others, but who you're comparing yourself to is your previous self. In Japan, there is this elaborate tea ceremony called the wabi-sabi. And what that is they use chipped teapots and teacups during this tea ceremony. And it is a symbol for honoring imperfections. And what this means for us is we should be embracing our imperfections and flaws. Definitely not saying that we need to ignore our imperfections and flaws, but we need to embrace them and just be aware of them and not be our own critics. When we're aiming for perfection, we're aiming for being flawless, and there's a fear of making mistakes and a fear of being judged and taking it really personally. And I would say that by aiming for perfection is a way of being inauthentic. So what could we be doing? If we're not aiming for perfection, what else is there? And that is aiming for excellence, striving for excellence, aiming for a higher standard, but without the pressure, and you are not afraid of making mistakes or of being judged. You see making mistakes as a way of learning, and it's not impacting your worth. So friends, try these out, and remember there are 5 character skills to be a better learner. To recap, these are: number 1, embracing discomfort; number 2, learning style is a myth; number 3, be a sponge. Number 4, ask for advice and not feedback. And then finally, aim for excellence and not perfection. I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, we all have a spark within us, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.